So the Sean Talks Tech channel has been reviewing lots of earbuds and headphones of all price point, and we're happy that we're moving towards a new direction and slowly delving into the world of audiophile. And I think there's quite a lot to cover in this genre, so I truly want to take this journey with you. So today we're taking a look at the DAC from Hidizs and to share with you if this device is what you're exactly looking for to improve your audio. So will they be any good? Welcome to a review of the Hidizs DH80S DAC. Hello, my name is Sean and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I do a lot of tech reviews as well as unboxing, and if that is something that interests you, do consider subscribing to this channel, leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as share this video to your friends around. And with that said, let's get on with a review of the Hidizs DH80S. So Hidizs have sent me their DH80S DAC and I'm really excited to share with you my experience, especially for all of you who are longtime viewers. It's good that we get to journey step by step into the world of audiophile. I'm definitely not an expert in this genre, but I'm definitely super passionate about audio. So the DH80S retails for about 140 US and that's about 600 Malaysia ringgit. Pretty close in terms of price compared to the FIO Q3. So if you're interested in getting this DAC, do check out my links in the description below. So this DAC is built to be small and portable, especially good to complement those with an on-the-go lifestyle who still wants good audio from their devices. So Hidizs has two models of this DAC with identical capabilities but different design. So the DH80 is a model that comes with a built-in Type-C port to connect it directly to your device, but not so suited for other applications like your PC or laptop. Whereas the DH80S that we have here is a flat style, more standard looking DAC that uses a cable to connect to your device, and this means that you have more flexibility to choose which device you want to use the DAC with. So this DAC is very small, very handy and easy to carry around. So the entire body is made out of a one-piece CNC aluminum alloy chassis and has a nice light weight to it, and the finish and the material all looks really nicely finished. The top of the DAC is made of a leather-like finish with a nice texture and nice Hidizs branding at the top. The back of the DAC is fully aluminium, and again you get the Hidizs branding there and some exciting logos down here such as support for high-res audio, DSD support, and also MQA, which is Master Quality Authenticated Audio. So on the right side here you get an on-off switch and a volume control at the top, and you also get a power on-off indicator here on the right side. And on the left side you get a gain switch with 3 levels of gain, so low, medium, high. And at the bottom here you get a couple of cool features that you appreciate with any DAC of this size. And first of all, on the left hand side you not only get a 3.5mm auxiliary jack, but you also be getting a 4.4mm balance jack. So if you have a 4.4mm headphones, then you get to enjoy that low interference, low noise experience. So in the middle here you also get a Type-C port, which is solely used for power and charging up the device. And next to that you also get a USB-C input. So inside the box, Hidizs also gives you a Type-C to Type-C cable, which is directional. So the side with the logo should be going into your device facing up, just like that, and the other side without the logo should go into the DAC. So that's how you should set up your Hidizs DH80S. If you use an iOS device and you need the lightning port, Hidizs also sells a Type-C to Lightning OTG cable, and it's recommended that you use their cable because I've also used some other third-party OTG cable and it didn't work with this For the best bet, definitely get from Hidizs because these work great. So having a separate power jack is also very important because now I can keep the DAC charged while I connect it to a device to use. Unlike DAC amps like the Fire Q3, which only has one Type-C port, both for charging and connecting to device, and the Fire Q3 also will drain battery from your device unless you flip a switch to stop the DAC from sucking power from your device. Next to the Type-C port, you also get an LED indicator, and this indicator is super cool because it's a sampling rate indicator, and if it lights up in red, your source is playing back at 44.4K to 48K. Blue means you're playing back at 88.2K to 384K, and lastly, if it's in pink, meaning that it is playing back MQA tracks. So now you can see that it's in pink. This is because I'm playing an MQA track from Tidal. So, which is master quality authenticated, so very cool and modern, suited for a world where you stream master quality tracks from services like Tidal. So in terms of battery life, the DH80S gives you about 8 hours of continuous playback time using the 3.5mm jack, and if you swap out to use the 4.4mm balanced jack, then you get about 6 hours, and charging the device up takes roughly 2.5 hours. Then again, you can charge it while still listening to music, which is pretty cool. So in terms of its feature, the Hidizs comes with an ESS9281C Pro DAC chip and a dual RT6863CM to give you lots of power to run some of your high-powered headphones. So the M also has extremely low THD or total harmonic distortion for both the 3.5mm port as well as 4.4mm balanced port. Usually anything below 0.1% THD is considered low, and anything below that is usually not as detectable for most people like me. But the DH80S comes with a THD of 0.0006% for the 3.5mm port and 0.0004% for the 4.4mm port, which is honestly pretty awesome. So let's talk a little bit about when you need to use a DAC amp or what a DAC amp is for. So for most people, usually if you're asking if you need a DAC amp, often than not, you probably don't need one. So all of the device that we have, whether it's Bluetooth headphones, your laptop, your phone, all comes with a built-in DAC. Because DAC simply means digital to analog converter. So if you use some of the headphones like the Philips Fidelio X2HR, you will need to use some form of DAC in order to transmit a digital signal and convert it to an analog signal so that your headphones can read them. So most of the devices that you have today, most of them have a DAC built in, whether it's speaker, whether it's your headphones, laptop, or so on and so forth. The first reason you need a DAC is to use a higher quality DAC compared to your PC or laptop can offer. Maybe you have a really old sound card or a really old phone or a really old laptop that could benefit from using a new modern DAC. So an amp is needed when you want to power high-powered headphones, and this is usually found on your headphone spec as impedance and measured in ohms. So if your headphones or earphones are rated below 50 ohms, generally you don't need an amp. However, even if you have a low-powered headphone, sometimes like 20 to 35 ohms, using an amp to boost the source signal can also benefit some frequencies. And depending on some amps, it can also improve the low-end thumpiness and power. So using the DH80S with Android devices has its challenges, and I've clarified this with Hidizs, and it seems that it is mostly the problem with the supporting device. I tried it with my Sony NWA105 Walkman that I have here, and it had the same issue as when I turn off my screen, the connection to the DAC will break. So understand that this is mostly an issue with Sony's protocol, so if you use a Sony Walkman like this, the Hidizs is not compatible with it. As for the Note 10 that I have at the back here, I understand that it's mostly a problem with Samsung's OS to support the Hidizs, and I can't get it to work with the Note 10 as well. But finally, the only Android that works is the Huawei P20 Pro that I have, and it's a direct plug and play here, so no issue and it's pretty seamless, so really nice. Using the DAC amp with the iOS device is a dream, and I recommend you getting the Lightning to Type-C cable that Hidizs sells because it's guaranteed to work. For my iPhone 12 Pro, it's mostly plug and play, and when I plug the cable in, it just works, and when you go into apps like Tidal, it will automatically ask you whether to use the DAC amp. But be aware that not all cables you see online are true OTG cables, meaning that it might not work with your device. So if you run iOS, I recommend getting the OTG cable from Hidizs. So my experience with Mac is a little different. Although it's plug and play, it also took some experimenting for it to get it work. So not sure if it's my port issue, but on my 16-inch MacBook Pro, only the two Type-C ports on the right side works and it recognizes the DAC immediately. So just go to your settings and choose the Hidizs DH80S and you're good to go. Using the two ports on my left doesn't work, not too sure why, so that's that. And finally, using the DAC with Windows is also flawless, and plugging it straight into the Type-C port on my laptop immediately connects the DAC to the laptop. So no settings required, and it did a fantastic job improving the sound quality from my Windows laptop because my laptop comes with a really lousy DAC, and the Hidizs definitely fixed that problem for me. The DH80S definitely has a very clean signal without any noticeable noise or interference. I've tested this with Hidizs MS2 as well as the Fidelio X2HR, and here's my verdict. So this DAC is a pretty flat EQ DAC with not a lot of emphasis on any specific frequencies, but gives you a very balanced, very natural sounding conversion. If anything, I would say that this amp emphasizes a little bit more towards the mids, which gives it a very present, very forward vocal. However, I don't get very powerful male vocal tones here, mostly very docile, but female vocals here sound nice and bright, very pleasant and very energetic. So highs on this, in my opinion, is also very soothing and pleasant without overemphasizing and giving you an annoying ear-piercing experience, which is very good. Bass on this could be a little bit better from my test. They don't drop very low, they are quite flat on the EQ scale, even with the gain boosted. So I don't hear a significant improvement in the bass performance. So that's basically the sound signature you get with the DH80S DAC amp. So honestly, this is my first DAC amp review and I'm really happy that I did this. And I'm really happy that it did its job, converting high quality audio from my lousy entry-level Windows laptop, making the audio sound absolutely fantastic. So for my other sources, it's not creating a big enough difference on its own. However, boosting the gain definitely sees some improvements because boosting the audio signal of some songs definitely does improve the dynamics of the music a lot more, making them sound a lot energetic and lively. But do keep in mind that gain is not for every earbuds or headphones because some of them may distort. That is it for this review. If you find this video helpful, smash that thumbs up button, share this video everywhere, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.